Peacefully, joyfully, I follow my... Welcome back to Spirituality Rocks. I'm the Reverend Dr. Janine Burns, your host. Delighted to be here at Madhouse Studios, Deer Park, Long Island, New York. We're live from Deer Park, Long Island. And I want to talk to you about a couple of shows on Madhouse. If you haven't seen the Maverick Soul Hour, it's live Monday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The host is Tommy Marr. He is amazing. This coming week, he's having 10 Years After, which is an iconic rock and roll band from the 70s. So check out that show. And even if you can't watch it live at 8 p.m., the show is archived on the site, as is this show. This show you'll be able to watch over and over all week long to hear all the tips, to hear the affirmative prayer. And then it's archived not only on the www.madhousetv.com website, but it's also archived on YouTube, so you can check us out there. Don't forget to watch Gayle King, and there's lots of other shows you can just tune in. There's a radio show and on and on. So right now, where are we at? We are talking about mind magic with Bill Harvey. You can check out Bill Harvey by going to BillHarveyBlog.com. The book is also available on Amazon as well as on the website. And then Unity Church of Healing Light. Cheryl, tell us the web address.
Okay. Unity Church of Unity Healing Light at gmail.com.
Unity, that's the email address.
Yes.
And the web address is
www.unityhuntingtonnewyork.org.
unityhuntingtonnewyork.org. Fantastic. The services are held at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. It's over here, right over in Huntington, which is the North Shore, the center of Long Island. So it's a quick drive. Wherever you are on the island, you can get there.
That's right.
So before the break, we started to talk about skills and tools. And what I had said, when you're living in the flow, life is good, but things happen that pull you off track. And your self-talk goes wrong. You start to get negative. What do you do to keep yourself centered?
I stop thinking, and
you witness your thoughts. Is that what you mean when you say that?
I stop trying to do anything internally.
Okay.
And if thoughts, they don't continue anymore. They used to, and I would just witness them, but they stop now.
Wow.
And I just wait for the solution because it pops right in when you just stop interfering.
Right. Divine intelligence is always there.
Yeah.
So in other words, you've done enough of mindful awareness practice and you've done enough meditation that now you can just stop, your thoughts will stop and you allow.
I think receptivity might be the term to use if we're trying to explain it to people who aren't doing it yet.
Okay.
It's that we think we know something, and what we think we know is pretty negative, and we don't allow for God to be anything other than the tyrannical old man with a beard image.
Right, the old-fashioned.
Yeah, we don't stop and say, well, science has not disqualified God at all. Maybe disqualified the old man with the beard God, but what God really is something that could exist and be very scientific.
Well, you know what, Bill, I'm not sure if you're aware, we, of course, teach New Thought principles here. New Thought is a denomination, and last week we did a show with John Miller, who wrote a movie, and he created a documentary called What is New Thought? And he showed the far-reaching effects of New Thought on every aspect of our society. And in fact, you may not know that in New Thought, one of the denominations is divine science, and there's also religious science. So you're right, that where they meld spirituality and science. Yeah, and more, you covered that in the beginning of your book, and more that's happening. And Cheryl, what do you do when you want to get back?
Well, when I want to get back, what I like to do in the morning is center myself in quietness and peace and try to connect with, the universal oneness. Spend a few minutes in the morning before you hustle around. We have what we call our daily word, a positive word to kind of set the attention for the day.
It's like a little magazine.
A little magazine. It has daily, it gives you affirmations,
prayers,
and help you expand and connect to the truth about yourself.
So you sort of like in the morning, you brush your teeth, you eat your breakfast, you feed your spirit with the affirmations and the prayers.
The prayers.
Fantastic.
And, throughout the day, you say your affirmations, and those are the positive statements that you're putting in the universe, pulling forth, even if you're not at that place, but you're putting that positive energy forth for you.
Right.
So therefore, that is the intention. Intention is very, very important. Who you're around, who you talk to, what do you listen to? Are you around positive people saying positive things, or are you around people that are not so positive saying negative things?
Sometimes it's important to do a house cleaning and sort of eliminate those people in your life who aren't encouraging and nourishing and supportive, and to really take a hard look at that. And I think what happens when you get into being positive and you start practicing new thought, the people who don't resonate with that, they just sort of fall out of your lives. You don't really need to do anything, you know. And it was, Emerson said, who you are thunders so loudly, I can't hear what you say. So everybody has a mental atmosphere and a vibration that they carry around with them. So, but Cheryl, you were saying in our break that, and we just have a couple of minutes, that you already know these principles. So when you're in the flow all day, what do? How do you manage?
I keep affirming that truth.
All day long?
All day long. You have to keep affirming it. It's so easy to be sidetracked, by outside chatter and influences. You have to be in oneness and remind yourself, and then allow yourself to be in that flow and to be divinely guided.
Fantastic. When I first began, I would keep a little list of affirmations in my pocket, because now they're natural and they come to me, but I would actually write them down so I could whip them out of my pocket. Bill, do you have a final word before we close out?
Yeah, it's another thing that I find useful to stay in oneness is to follow the clues of what's happening around me, the people around me, and what do they need and what do they seem to be asking me to do, or how can I help the people around me. And that's like a guidance system that never fails.
Oh, so paying attention. Okay. Oh, good. We'll be doing more and more of that show.
Yes, we will.
Friends, thank you so much for joining us on Spirituality Rocks. Next week, we're going to have Reverend Bill Marciano and Christina Gochin of the Daniel Yale Agency in Cold Spring Harbor, and we're going to talk about affirmative prayer, what it is and how to do it. So please join us next week on Spirituality Rocks. In the meantime, remember that there's a presence and power that seeks to express in you, through you, and as you. Learn all about your spiritual identity, and you too will experience peace, ease, freedom, and joy in every aspect of your life. I'm the Reverend Dr. Janine Burns signing off on Spirituality Rocks. See you next week.
Great.